Morning, fellas. What's going on? Happy Monday morning to you. How are you doing on this fine Monday morning? Hopefully you're doing well. How was your weekend? Let me know down in the comment section how your weekend was. We're 14 days away from Christmas. Who's still scrambling? Who's still trying to get ready for the holiday season? I'm sure we all are. That's right. 14 days. You're still sitting there thinking, I got plenty of time. Shit, it's like 2 weeks away. Plenty of time. Time to get rolling, boys. Time to get rolling. Christmas is already almost here. Again, let me know what you did down in the comment section. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Did you enjoy your sports? Did you enjoy your sports betting as well? Lots of action in the Premier League. Lots of NFL action, obviously, yesterday. So let's just dive right on into it and let's talk about it. How about those Buccaneers knocking off the Falcons? My wife was sitting there thinking, she said, you know what? And this was her talking. It was kind of one of those ones where she says that. You kind of like, whoa. She said, you know what? I think that Baker guy, he's pretty good. He's got some good fight in him. I think that is a good way to kind of sum him up. He'll make some damn boneheaded plays, obviously, throughout the game. But damn if you don't want him in the fourth quarter. He'll will your team to victory in that fourth quarter. That's obviously what he was able to do there in that fourth quarter and on that game-winning drive. Hell of a guy. Maybe it's tough. That Baker Mayfield, he's a tough son of a bitch right there. What about the Ravens coming through in overtime, knocking off the Rams? They get a punt return touchdown to go ahead and seal the victory in overtime. A very nip-and-tuck, very tight game throughout. Lamar Jackson coming through late in the game. I bag on Lamar Jackson. Like, you don't want him when he's got to throw the ball. Shit, throwing the ball to Zay Flowers late in that game, making big-time plays. So credit him, credit the Ravens, staying on course to what I believe will end up being the number one seed. And as a Bills fan, you kind of need that, right? Because you need the Dolphins. You need the Dolphins to be resting players at NFL Week 18. The best scenario for them to do that would be the Ravens snatch up home field advantage, and then the Dolphins are obviously using NFL Week 18 as their, quote-unquote bye week to get ready for the first round of the playoffs. So we'll see if that happens. Bears, they knock off the Lions 28-13. Bears getting it done a little bit here late in the season. Kind of turned it around from an offensive standpoint. The Lions couldn't come through for us. That was, unfortunately, one of our losses yesterday there on NFL Sunday. We had over 43 points. The game ended at 41. So, field goal, touchdown, obviously short. Lions, I'll tell you what, everybody loves watching the Lions, and they are fun. They are exciting. That Dan Campbell guy, he's a little too aggressive. He's a little too damn aggressive. Always going for it on fourth down. Doesn't give a shit where they're at on the field. A little too much for my liking. Man. Maybe we'll dial that shit back a little bit. I know you want to exude confidence in your team and believe that you can go ahead and get it, but boy, no, didn't work out for him yesterday there in Chicago. Bengals knocking off the Colts. Rule the jungle keeps it rolling. Obviously, without Joe Burrow, they get it done. Knocking off the Colts relatively easy. Browns and Jaguars, 31-27 win for the Browns. Looks like a close score in the box score, but it seemed like every time they were cutting to it on red score, the Browns had a relatively comfortable lead. So Jaguars get a late touchdown that makes it look a little bit closer than what it was. But Joe Flacco stepping in off the couch, jumping right in and picking up wins. Already named the starter for the rest of the season. Well, why not? Joe Flacco getting it done. My man, MVP Joe Flacco. Let's see what he can do. Dominant defense there in Cleveland. Joe Flacco just plays, decent to good ball. They're going to be scary. They're going to be awfully scary. And obviously, they're one of the lone teams there in the AFC sitting at 8-5 when the rest of the bunch is, 7-6 fighting for the playoffs. Saints knock off the Panthers. Yeah, we know the Panthers suck right here. We faded them 3 times in the NFL Eliminator contest. Should have done it a goddamn 4th time and would still be alive in the Eliminator contest. They don't do a goddamn thing, and the Saints get by them. Panthers are god-awful. Jets and Texans. How about the Jets? Finally getting some offensive production. And look what happens when you get the offensive production. You can put up 30 points and you can easily get a victory. Yeah, because that Jets defense is the best defense in the league. We're still so thankful that Aaron Rodgers got hurt, or that'd be the number 1 seed and that'd be the best team in the NFL. I guess maybe the Niners would stake claim to that one, but that team's awfully good. That team, love watching that defense play. Just, it's so hard to move the ball up against them, and I don't mind. I don't need a 30-30 game to be entertaining. I can get entertained by defensive making plays. I'm okay with that. I like a good 2-1 game in baseball. I'm fine with the pitcher dealing. So Give it up for that Jets defense. Really good stuff right there. Then we get into the afternoon slate of games where, of course, it falls in the time slot of when the Bills play. So I don't really watch anything else. Vikings, Raiders, it looks like I'm glad I didn't watch that shit. Holy hell. 3-0, the third ever NFL game to finish 3-0 in the Super Bowl area. Yeah, glad I didn't watch that one. 49ers, Seahawks. 49ers just do what they do. Again, didn't watch it. Did catch a little bit on red zone, I guess, before the Bills game started. You saw McCaffrey get the big 70-yard run or so to kickstart that game. Backup running back punches it in. Yeah, but the rest of it I didn't watch right there. And then the Broncos get past the Chargers. Justin Herbert gets hurt in that game. That's good from a Bills perspective, right? Because we still have to play the Chargers in a couple of weeks. So it would certainly be a lot easier knocking off the Chargers if they don't have Justin Herbert. So it looks like that could be season ending. So Broncos, though, keep it rolling. Broncos keeping it rolling. Holy shit. Then you got the humdinger of them all, the best game of the NFL day. It's the Bills and it's the Chiefs. And Bills Mafia comes out on top, baby, 20-17. Finally, a game that comes down to the fourth quarter, comes down to the dying moments, and it's the other team making the mistake. Finally, it's been the Bills all season long, right? 12 men on the field against the Denver Broncos. Let them re-kick it, and then you go ahead and lose on the re-kick. Or you throw the wrong route, or does Gabe Davis run the wrong route there in overtime against the Eagles. Whatever happened, it's been the Bills making the mistakes, and this time it's the Chiefs. And the Chiefs whining about it. I know everybody loves that. Chiefs whining about a call that dude's clearly offsides. I mean, clearly offsides. There's so many camera angles that have him clearly offsides. And it's even funnier that it happened to Kadarius Toney because, like, dude drops, like, every ball that comes his way. Like, he's just awful. So, Bills Mafia, goddamn, needed that win. Gotta likely probably go 4-0, although I did see if we lose to the Cowboys, obviously because it's not an NFC opponent, it's not the worst loss in the world, but that's going to be a tough one, though, because obviously everybody sees what they do in Eagles in primetime, winning that game 33-13. So Dak Prescott now the MVP favorite in the NFL. Yeah, they're a really good team, great defense, high-powered offense. We'll see what we do with them next Sunday. It's at home, so that'll help. Maybe they catch the Cowboys off a little bit of a letdown coming off that big game against the Eagles, but they still want to, the home field advantage. They still want to be division champs, so they're going to bring it. So, yeah, definitely a little bit nervous. But that's how NFL Sunday rolled. We get 2 Monday Night Football games, and with that being said, you've got the Titans taking on the Dolphins, and you've also got the Packers taking on the Giants. I need to know what your best bet is in each game because I'm going to make a parlay, put some money on it, and try and do a giveaway, as I mentioned that we were going to do last week. So down in the comment section, give me your best 2-teamer. And I don't give a shit if one of the legs is Dolphins minus 900 because Rome wasn't built in a day, so we don't have to give out any money tomorrow. We could build this parlay and get it to where we're giving out some substantial amount of money. So drop me your favorite 2-teamer, a leg in each game, Titans, Dolphins, and give me the Packers and the Giants. And with that being said, we'll head on into the comment section before we go ahead and toss up the recap from all the money that we made last week, and then we'll go ahead and kick off a new week, which I'm excited to do that with you guys. Good morning, Bill. Morning, Ross. Morning, Corey. Ryan, how are you doing? Saints were going to ruin that parlay. Saints didn't ruin that parlay, Ryan. Saints get it done over the Panthers. Raiders plus 10.5. We built a parlay on the show on Friday. Talked our way into a winner. You love to see that right there. Goddamn right. Bills winning. It's Victory Monday, dog. It's Victory Monday. Couldn't get Victory Sunday because Man United against Bournemouth. Awful game. Watched it. Awful game. So, yeah, but Victory Monday. Keeping the vibes. I'm happy to go. Chiefs very quit. You're crying. He's clearly offsides. Clearly offsides. And then Andy Reid saying, like, we want a warning. Like, F off, dude. Feels like you've gotten every call go your way in, like, half a decade. You've gotten every call. Just F off, Andy Reid. F off. It happens, Bill. It happens. They've had a tough stretch. Bills, Niners, Cowboys. I think the Eagles are quite fine. That's a brutal 3-game stretch to go through the Niners, Bills, and Cowboys. Eagles are just fine. Eagles are good, just fine. Morning to Jet. Get that Man City plus money bet. Yeah, we were talking about that one on Twitter. Just wasn't quite on my phone. Would have followed you on a similar bet if I'm watching that one. So, yeah, just couldn't. Just wasn't. Didn't have my device on me. That's a great hit. Down 1-0 when they dominated the first half. Luton just gets a little bit of a cross there to end the half. They were vastly outplayed that first half. So, yeah, that's a great bet. Morning, Kyle. What's up, my man? All the Chiefs players don't get the call. They always do that. Yeah, you always see it on the camera angle. They do the point thing. The wide receiver goes like that, and then they know if they move up and back. He didn't do it because he's a dog shit player. He probably worried about if he was going to catch the pass or not. He's awful. Awful. What's up, Francisco? How was your weekend? My weekend was good. What did we do Saturday? Oh, yeah, we went to the zoo. We went to Lincoln Park Zoo. Free outside zoo. Weather was great. It was like 50 degrees. So hooked up with another family. They've got 2 kids. Actually, they got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old too. Same age as our kids. So we went to the zoo on Saturday. I don't think we did anything yesterday but sit around and watch football and soccer. Yeah, I don't think we did anything but just sit around and watch football. This is a good weekend, man. This is a good weekend. Hope you had a good time as well. Explosive offense of the Jets. I'm telling you, dog. Zach Wilson's back, baby. Zach Wilson. He's awful. His head's like literally looking down. What's up, Thad? Morning, man. Lions and Chelsea. Well, Chelsea, not clinical enough. I saw a chunk of that game. Didn't watch it all. I saw a chunk of it. Just gotta be a little bit more clinical. Cole Palmer missed a couple. Enzo obviously missed a couple. Just Sean Dice ball. Should have just bet under 2.5. Chelsea's been slumping. Sean Dice. Not like they had a lot of great chances. McNeil, though, was bright in the build-up to that goal that Decore scored on the first one. That was a nice move. McNeil is good. McNeil may be that best player on that team. I like McNeil. And then Lions, Dan Campbell, man. I had way too much aggression, man. Way too much aggression. Just dial that shit back a little bit. It's okay to punt. Right, Iowa made a Big Ten championship game, right? It's okay to punt the ball and play a little field position every now and then, Dan Campbell. Jesus Christ. I was right, Ryan. You asked me where Ohtani's going. I said he's going to L.A. I took the easy way out and said L.A., but he didn't want to uproot his family. Probably he's got a great, Japanese community, an Asian community, obviously in California and in L.A., so he was never leaving that. I took the easy way out and answered that one, L.A., and got it right. Off $700 million off to the Dodgers. Wow, that's a scary lineup. And now he's got, if you looked at the deal, he's got like a Bobby Bonilla kind of deal because the Dodgers with their payroll is obviously going to be over the luxury pay tax threshold or whatever. So now they've got to pay all this penalties. Well, they still got to pay the penalties. You can't get away from that. But they're not going to be paying Ohtani $70 million a year because they've done deferred all this money. So he's got himself a Bobby Bonilla kind of contract. So he's really getting millions for the rest of his life. You see a letdown game versus the Bills and Cowboys outdoors. You're getting me excited, Thad, because I need it, dog. I got to go 4-0. Don't do this to me, Thad. I need it. Hopefully, yes, it is an AFC game, so it won't matter really for them. Hopefully they go right back in to a Giants or a Commanders, like go right back into something that matters. Yeah, I mean, our offense is damn good too. It stumbled in that second half against the Chiefs, but boy, man, they got to free James Cook, boy. He's explosive. James Cook is so explosive. They got to free him. Tyreek's getting $150 and Barkley's getting 100 rushing and receiving. I like his rushing angle. I wrote down a couple props. I don't know if I'm going to quite share a bet, but I like Saquon over 16.5 as the longest rushing yard or attempt or whatever. Over 16.5 rushing. It's hit in 8 of his 10 games. It's a great play. I like it. The Packers come into this game right now with the worst rush defense in the last 3 weeks, allowing 5.5 yards per carry. Overall in the season, it's 4.6, which ranks 24th in the league. This is a rushing defense that is struggling. The Giants don't want to lean on Tommy DeVito. They want to lean on Saquon Barkley. So your 100 rushing and receiving feels good. Again, I like over 16.5 just because it's hit. Its 2 misses were at 12 and 16. So one of the misses was on the hook. I kind of like it. I had a good chunk of money on Bills money line. I'll say that. I told you guys I like Bills +3. I just was late to the party and was Bills +1.5, and I don't want to buy it back up. But I had a good amount of money on Bills money line. A good little bit. We've been dominating them, and again, now Bills are 7-0. I know you guys heard me on Friday. 7-0 coming off a bye. 7-0 coming off a bye under Sean McDermott. That kind of stuff's not by accident. Anybody want Reece James? You're selling your oft-injured captain? Selling the captain. Pochettino makes him the captain, and you're already done with him. Wow, that's rough. When he's healthy, he's good. He gets hurt a lot. He's got some terrible tissue issues. I'll take him. I'll take him. He's better than Dalot. He ain't better than Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's tackling is effing elite. He times that perfect like every time. But I'll take him over Dalot. I'll take him. Punting is winning. That's right. At a Dodgers game, about beer and a hot dog. We got to make some of this revenue back, boys. Beer and a dog costs $4.50. All right, let's go ahead and ring that cash register, guys. We are going to ring that cash register because we made 0.12 units. I love to see that right there. Yeah, it's been the struggle bus, but we were able to turn a little bit of a profit. What about that arbitrage year to date? Over $1,400. It's slowed down. The sports books, if you notice, FanDuel has no longer do boosts. I tell you, the last 3-4 weeks, they just want to give you live boosts. Everything's live in game. Well, I mean, I use them at halftime and shit, but I can't tweet that out. Like, it just makes it difficult. But I've still been using them. And then on like DraftKings, they want to do, same game parlay boost. They don't want to do single game boost. So the arbitrage has slowed down. This is obviously everybody knows I got limited, but this is more just what happened recently. Like, why is it slowing down? Well, the boosts are just not coming as often. All right, let's talk about some of those good wins and some of those bad losses from last week. How about sitting here on Monday with one play, a plus 135 banger, Torino, Atalanta, over 2.5. And that's a game that should remind you, we talked about it. Everybody liked Atalanta. Everybody liked Atlanta to score. If you like the over 2.5, you don't add on the both teams to score. We were on TikTok Live before I got banned. People were like, oh, I got this price like plus 180 with both teams to score. It's like, why are you doing that to a good plus 135 over? Just stick to that, because teams can sometimes set up right. And if you were on TikTok with me, you heard the announcers talking about Torino changed their formation in that game, and they had an additional midfielder as the shape of their formation. They added another midfielder. I don't know what they normally play. I don't watch them. But whatever they went to, they added a midfielder. Well, it obviously worked because they won the game 3-0. So if you'd like the over 2.5, that should just be a great reminder to don't add the both teams to score, even though, we thought both teams were going to score certainly in that game. Torino gets the win 3-0, kicks off the week with a good plus 135. What about Leverkusen? Once we saw their lineup, Boniface was in? Are you kidding me? In a Pokal game, they're going to start Boniface? Shit, give me 2 goals to be scored in the first half, a good plus money. He gets the first goal, and then some other dude gets the second goal, which, little fortunate there. You're lucky you're playing a Bundesliga 2 side, but that's why you take advantage of those shit lines and you get plus money cashes. So you'd love to see that one right there. Arsenal, that was the midweek cash up against Luton Town, the over 2.5 team total. Also, the Arsenal money line parlay with over 6.5 corners that we got from Francisco. Both the corners cashed in injury time and the money line cash in injury time. A dramatic win and a good hit there by Declan Rice, giving us 2 great cashes. Could a couple unders. Don't forget about unders in soccer. Yeah, the shit goes under. Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, cruise to a nice under 2.5. And who was sweating Wolves Forest after 2 goals in the first, 25, 30 minutes? It was 1-1 after, I think, a half an hour. We had a long sweat in that one, a very long sweat. Not all that uncomfortable, though. Not really a lot of great chances in that second half. That game easily gets tucked in under 2.5. Shottenham tops on targets. That was against West Ham. Really good, just a great play right there. Cashed in the first half as they get 6 shots on target. Obviously, we did get missed up on Son as a player prop in that game, but just from a team perspective, really just nailed that analysis. What is it? Spurs 3rd best in the league, and West Ham was allowing the 4th most shots in the league. Just a great play. Played the numbers on that one, and we got rewarded. Sheffield, what did I say on Between the Posts? Here comes your manager bounce. Didn't get it against Liverpool, predictable, because that was Liverpool. This was where the manager bounce was going to come in, and at plus money, that was an absolute no-brainer play. Sheffield knocks off Brentford 1-0. Love that play. Knew the manager bounce, because we even talked about, or I talked about it Between the Posts. They had Liverpool, they had Brentford, and then they get like Villa City. Like they go on this really brutal stretch. They had to get something against Brentford. Great play right there on the manager bounce, picking up a win right there. What about our 2-unit play on NFL Sunday? Josh Allen over his rushing attempts. I know some of you guys played over 31.5. I thought I was sweating the kneel downs late in the game. Is he going to go back 1 yard or 2 yard? You guys, I got 31.5 are definitely sweating it. Hey, we all cashed a great 2-unit play. Josh Allen picking up 28 yards in the first half. Second half, you got to give the Chiefs defense credit. They weren't letting him get out and scrambling at all really kept him tight end. But a nice 5-yard gain there on that final drive gets us a 34, and we can absorb a couple late down kneel downs. Good 2-unit cash. All right, over to the losses we go. 3-unit play. That was, of course, in the Villa Man City game. Just didn't quite go our way. A couple early chances there by Villa. A really great early chance there by Holland. Just didn't quite go our way. Our 3-legged soccer play on Saturday. Galatasaray on the money line. Check. They get the win. Over 1.5 in the Bundesliga. Check. Over 1.5 in League One. Couldn't quite get that. A 0-0 game. And looked in that one, if you look up the commentary, nothing happened in that game. So just a little bit unfortunate right there. A couple overs didn't go our way. Aston Villa and Arsenal. I really thought, even though we got burned on City Villa, because Arsenal didn't have any injury concerns like City does, a really healthy Arsenal lineup. They did have a goal that was disallowed. Of course, it's controversy because that's what VAR does these nowadays. Arsenal deserved goal in that game, though. Give Villa credit. A couple big 1-0 wins against obviously top sides, and now, hell, they're a top side. But I did think Arsenal got a goal. Maybe we lose on the hook. Maybe the game ends 1-1. But I do think Arsenal earned a goal. And then Wolves-Burnley, just playing the numbers on that one, and that's one where the numbers didn't work out. And Wolves-Burnley, so shit happens that way. Brighton could knock off Burnley at home. We mentioned Son on his shots on target. Gets one the first half. Really gets no service at all in the second half. Moves him out of the winger position, so you get a little bit of excitement, and then he picks up an injury, so a little unfortunate right there. Under 32.5, that's how Vegas gets the bright lights. That's how they get the big buildings, because everybody bets the under, and predictably the game goes over 32.5. That one happens. And field goals and punts. Let's talk about that field goals and punts right there. If you're sitting there thinking, what the hell is field goal and punts? Over 3.5 field goals in between that Buccaneers and Falcons game. Game ended with 3. 2 missed field goals in the first half. Brutal. In a dome, too, when it's not weather-related. Just 2 missed field goals. That's brutal, right? Could have had a first half cash, as a matter of fact, if both of them go ahead and go through. But then you got a chance. And I think I'm going to say the issue was the 2-point conversion that the Falcons get. They get the touchdown, go up 23-22. As soon as they made the 2-point conversion, I was just like shit, because now the Buccaneers are like going to go for the win, right? You don't want to go for overtime on the road. You just want to go for the win in regulation. If they miss that 2-point and it's 23-22, I bet the Buccaneers change their strategy. Maybe don't get as risky there late in the game and settle for a field goal and kick it and win the game 25-22 and give us a cash. But with them being down 3, you can't fault them. You don't want to kick the field goal. You want to be aggressive and get the touchdown. And Baker Mayfield in the fourth quarter. That's what he does. So a little bit of a tough one right there. This other one, punts. We did under 9.5 total punts at Vikings Raiders at plus money. That bet had cash in each of their last games, 6 of the last 7. So obviously because of the hit rate of cashing in 6 of the last 7 for each team, all the stats then obviously look good that play into it. Hell, there were 8 punts at halftime. And I think another 4 more. That one went way over. That one, the numbers just didn't quite work out. But pulled in a little bit of profit. All right, I need to know what y'all's favorite 2-legger is. I'm going to write this down. I need to know what the favorite 2-legger is, because I'm going to try to give away you guys some cash before we break away for the holiday season, because, of course, we will be stepping aside for a couple weeks for the holiday season. So let me know what your favorite 2-legger is. Carlton Lane. Oh, shit, you've been in the hospital. I hope you're doing well, man. Sounds like maybe you're out of the hospital. If you said Ben, I'm not sure how you'd interpret that, but hope you're doing well, man. Hopefully you're on the road to recovery. I did see, to ease a little bit of pain, I don't know how Sunday Night Football went, but you went into Sunday Night Football up in the Pigskin Pick'em contest. Not that $25 is going to help you feel better when you're in a condition when you're in a hospital, but you got that coming for you. You got $25, I guess. I guess pending 2 football games tonight, of course, but... Again, Carlton, hope you're on the road to recovery, my man. All right, you love over 193. Oh, you love Jordan Love over 193 yards. I will say attacking the Giants secondary is a win, so I like that. And looking at the stats, you like Henry over 42, minus 110 on DK. Okay, you like Derrick Henry's rushing yard is only at 42. I guess they expect them to just get behind and just throw the ball. Is that what the book's thinking? They get behind early and have to abandon the run. But 42 for Henry obviously seems like an incredibly low number. Morning, Kane. Morning, my man. Let's have a good week. Appreciate the nice comment. Thank you, my man. How shocked were you on that Bayern Munich score? 5-1. Obviously, I didn't watch it. I watched Premier League and Champions League. dabble a little bit in the other leagues. From a score perspective, though, yeah, I was equally as shocked. Definitely shocked. Yeah, Bayern losing at 5-1. That's gonna be a shocker. Now we get a pissed off Bayern team coming into Old Trafford in a must-win spot tomorrow. Must win. Gotta have it. Although I think those United players, I'm going to share my Champions League bets here. I don't even think those United players believe that Galatasaray Copenhagen is going to finish in a draw. So I'm not going to be surprised if they lay an egg. But that being said, they don't have to try and lay an egg. They suck. And what did I say on Between the Posts on Thursday? Don't bet United versus Bournemouth because you don't know if they can do that shit 2 times in a row. Fantastic performance against Chelsea, but there's nothing on that track record that says they can do that 2 games in a row. I rightfully stayed off of that game and really glad I did because if you bet that game, you're going to look at what they do against Chelsea and go, you're backing United in some fashion in that game. And obviously backing United in that game in any fashion would have taken all your money. So, yeah, got a good stay away there, which those are just as good as wins, right? Not losing money is just as good as a win. You like Saquon Barkley and Tyreek Hill to get anytime tutty. You like Tyreek Hill and Antoine, same 2 guys. Same 2 guys. Maybe that'll be the parlay. Maybe that'll be the play. Those are alternate lines. And you still got it down to -110, but that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. I will tell you another prop I like. I will have one to share for Monday Night Football. I like Jordan Love to get a pick tonight. It's at even money. I like Jordan Love. Yeah, you go look it up. He doesn't throw a ton of picks, but the Giants secondary is great at picks. Fantastic at getting picks every game is this Giants secondary. At plus money, could be worth a hit. Because I do think they're going to challenge that Giants secondary because if you go look up their defensive position against wide receivers, yeah, they're at the bottom 5 in the league. So if you're looking at this, Matt LaFleur, you're thinking we're going to throw the ball against this Giants secondary. It's an opportunity, I think, there to get a picks. You can do over 20.5 completions. I also like for Jordan Love. I like Jordan Love over 20.5 completions. That one's actually got a pretty good hit rate, too, to go along with it. And then when you look up the numbers, it looks like an opportunity. Maybe the Packers could throw it up against this Giants secondary. So we'll see. We like the Titans QB, Will Levis, under. That's brutal, dog, because if they do get behind, you do think they got to throw it. Man. That, to me, the point spread of 14 just scares the shit out of me. The point spread scares me. I don't think they can stay. If that were to play out, you just have to abandon the run at some point. That one makes me nervous. I'm not going to lie. That one makes me a little nervous just because of the spread. Maybe, that guy, he's actually good. I forget his name or how to pronounce it. But, yeah, he's pretty good. I don't think we can do that one, though, because we really want to give away some money this holiday season. Like, that'd be really stinking cool to give away some cash. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and throw some bets up here on the screen. I'm liking so far some of these that you're doing. We'll probably do Hill and Barkley. I like it, actually. All right, this is how I'm going to go ahead and roll. I'm going to go ahead and bet the Serie A. Well, there's 2 Serie A games, I guess, today. I'm going to go ahead and bet the later one, the one that's later on this afternoon. Both of these teams have played 14 games. Both of these teams have cashed in 8 of their 14 games. You're getting this one, obviously, at plus money. Oh, by the way, EB. We're going to use that for ESPN Bet. That's what EB is. Best price right now is over on ESPN Bet. Plus 105. So, yeah, they both cashed in 8 of their 14 games. Their games are averaging 3.4 and 2.8 goals per match. If you get Cagliari here at home, how about it's cashed in 4 of their last 5 home games for an over 2.5. Their games are averaging 3.3 goals. Sassuolo on the road, how about over 2.5 is cashed in 4 of their last 5 away games. And their games get a bump as well when they're on the road at 3.8 goals per match. So just kind of playing the numbers here. You're getting a place at plus money. It's probably about fair, if anywhere from about a little bit plus money to about probably wouldn't go minus 110, minus 115 because this is probably a 2-1 game. So you're probably winning on the hook. That's fine. I'll take a stab at plus money. I like the numbers. I like the hit rate. I really like the hit rate in the last 5 from each of these clubs, home and away respective. So with 4 of the 5 cashing home and away. So sign me up for that one. Going to go ahead and dabble in the Champions League on Thursday. Copenhagen taking on Galatasaray. Somebody's got to win that game, right? Somebody's got to win that game to join Bayern Munich and get into the Champions League knockout round. That alone is going to push this game to over 1.5. Somebody scores, and does somebody get an equalizer, or do they get caught out on the break trying to get the equalizer, and the game finishes 2-0, at a minimum? That game's going to have a couple of goals. And then PSV's taking on Arsenal. Game doesn't matter, and from my multiple decades of watching soccer, when games don't matter like this, both of these teams are going to rotate pretty damn heavily, right? We're going to get a good amount of heavy rotation for both of these teams. And that in the first half is usually very disjointed, disconnected, slow, chemistry's off, like whatever words you want to say and however many of them you want to say, it's all appropriate. The first half should look very sluggish and very ugly. I'll take an under 1.5 goals in the first half of that match and a game that is absolutely meaningless between PSV and Arsenal. That parlay comes in at minus 110 over on Bet Rivers. I'm going to take Inter on the double chance. It's a big game between Sociedad, right? The right to get in the first place. We know what first place means, right? It's pot 1 versus pot 2. What does pot 1 do? It gets you out of having to place a team like Bayern Munich. Gets you out of having to place a team like Manchester City in the first round. You want to be in pot 1 when your name is drawn for the knockout stages. So look for Inter to get the double chance. And Benfica, it's just been bad this Champions League. Yeah, they even get out to the 3-0 win against, or the 3-0 lead against Inter and give it all back in the second half and let Inter come back and draw that game 3-2 or 3-3. Salzburg at home, love this spot. Already got a result in the reverse fixture. I expect them to handle business at home. So I'll do an Inter and Salzburg double chance parlay at minus 113. And then two games that I just think are going under. Under. Games that are, kind of meaningless. Union and Real Madrid, meaningless. Doesn't mean shit. I think that one's going to go under 2.5. Napoli-Braga, that one does matter. But I just like the under here. I just like the Napoli-Juventus just played out to a 1-0 under this past weekend. This game's also going to go under between Napoli and Braga. Braga's going to be one of those, like, let's just keep it low scoring and hope we can do something in the, the second half, in the last half hour. Let's just keep it close, keep it, give us a chance late in this game, and then see if we can't maybe, get a surprise result. Give me the under 2.5 in both of those fixtures. Certainly expect one of them to hit. Not going to be surprised if both of them hit, Co. I like the situations. I like the plays in both of those. So those are all Tuesday's games. Nothing for Wednesday yet. I'll give out Wednesday's plays tomorrow in the Champions League after I have time to, go over the numbers a little bit more. So that's how I'm going to roll Tuesday in the Champions League. 4 plays, couple unders, double chance parlay, and then a little over-under parlay. That's how we're doing it this weekend, boys. Or this Tuesday, I mean. All right, what do you got? Him or Lawrence are the only threats for a sack. Yeah, I'm not. Just a tough prop to play, but I don't think it's a good play, but just a tough prop I think to hit in general. They might be up a bunch and run a ton. Yeah, I think it could happen. That minus 14 spread definitely makes me nervous. All right, let's just go ahead and see. Let's just get into BetMGM. I'll cash in some points and let's see what Tyreek Hill, he's going to try to get 2,000 yards. And so, yeah, they're going to go to him. And Barkley, I just talked about how I like him from a prop perspective. You got to go after this Packers rush defense. You'd be crazy not to. If you're looking at the numbers and you're like, how do I attack the defense? You attack it on the ground. So let's go in and we'll see. We'll do Barkley. We'll do Barkley and Hill. See if we can. And we're gonna do multiple of these, so don't get upset if it loses tonight. We got enough points to just keep cashing in free bets and seeing if we can't hook up the people. So we don't get discouraged here if we suffer a little bit of a loss. How do you cash in stuff on MGM rewards? Here we go. Perfect. Give me the store. Perfect. All right, where do we want to cash in here, boys? See how many points we got. We got about 2,500. Ain't no getting no $5 bet. We'll do the 25. I can get in that. I can do the 25. Redeem it. Are you sure? Yeah. Give it to me, dog. Give it to me. All right. All right, let's go put it. We're doing Tyreek Hill and Saquon Barkley. Anytime tutty. That's what we're doing, boys. Let's see what it pays. I'm imagining not the greatest odds on either player, but we'll see. Tyreek Hill, minus 190. Not a surprise. And Saquon's going to be one of the worst. Minus 140. All right, it's plus 160. Get you a little bit of a hit. Let's see, $25 bonus bet. All right, $40. Start off kicking it. We'll try and flip it again tomorrow. $40, boys. We did Tyreek Hill, Saquon Barkley. Anytime tutty. We'll go with that. And then again, we could run it back tomorrow if something freakishly bad happens. But we're going to have a good day. Kick it off a little Serie A action. We'll go teams score. and over 2.5 game there in Serie A. What else we got, boys? Anything else? I think that's it. That's all the comments I see. All right, boys. All right, go on. Enjoy your day. 2 weeks till Christmas. 2 weeks till big guy comes into town and visits everybody's houses. Thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate you guys talking to sports. Glad everybody had a nice weekend. Hope everybody's Monday treats them good. Everybody can have a nice start to the week. Come on back for tomorrow. We got to bet Wednesday in the Champions League. We got to see how this play does in Serie A. If we're going to be able to ring the cash register. And then we can cheer on Tyreek Hill and Saquon Barkley a little bit this evening. All right, boys. There's a boost. Of course, there's a boost. Plus 280. I don't have bet 365. I know you said that on Friday's show when you talked about Josh Allen, which you got 31.5. You got to cash. You got to cash. Sweaty as shit, but you got to cash. I just don't have bet 365 available to me, so can't use it. All right, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good one.